It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com, and our conversation with the folks from Youth in Aviation, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. In the studio with us this morning, Patrick Mulvihill, the flight instructor and professor, and Ally Moraca, who is a flight student and is a senior at Penn Trafford High School. Headed to Embry-Riddle in the fall of 24. How about that? Al, are you going to fly to class?
Yeah.
Yeah? That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Patrick, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Todd. We're doing very well. Thank you for having us.
Wonderful. Youth in Aviation has been active for a long time, hasn't it?
We have. This is going to be our third full year here in Indiana County. We're based out of the Jimmy Stewart Airport. So we're really focused on helping educate youth from grades 4 up through 12 in STEM fields related to STEM through the lens of aviation.
Yeah. And you do so with grants and some scholarship activities?
Yes, we do. We've been fortunate to have a lot of sponsorship throughout the region. This year we actually have a capital campaign going on, and like I said, all of those donations go directly to our students in the form of grants and scholarships to help defray some of the costs.
We'll talk about that as we get a little bit further into our conversation this morning. But let's meet Ally. She is a senior at Penn Trafford High School, Ally.
Yeah.
So tell me about your interest in aviation and how you came to the flight school here.
So I started a few years ago, and I did some intro flights through a program called Young Eagles, and I also did the Camp Innovative Aviation, through Youth in Aviation, in the summer of 2022, and then I started my flight training this past summer.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about it?
I think it's really fun to learn new things.
Oh, yeah?
It's interesting, getting to go up and fly.
Does it lead you in a career choice then?
Yeah, so this fall I'll be going to Embry-Riddle in Florida for aeronautical science.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you're going to study how they get up in the air. Not just putting them up in the air, but getting them up in the air, which is really fascinating to me. So there you've got a lot of work ahead of you, don't you?
Yeah.
Patrick, when you think about the Youth in Aviation program, how it got started, and how it continues and the amount of interest in it, it's a pretty amazing story, isn't it?
It is. It's exciting. I mean, we're the team at Youth in Aviation. We're all educators, so we're passionate about not only the hands-on experience they're getting at the airport, flying airplanes, drones, and mechanics and avionics, but it's also the classroom piece and being able to connect with local high schools and teachers and just develop enthusiasm around the career tracks in aviation, which are growing enormously, not only domestically but globally right now.
Tell me how that develops, the relationship with school districts and working that into a student's educational track.
Yeah, so we have a really cool program. It's called Educators in the Sky. And so each year we select a cohort of local teachers, administrators from various school districts. And what we do is we not only give them 5 hours of actual flight time, but we give them the other things, the behind-the-scenes stuff. So they'll have time to work on an airplane engine, play around with the avionics, learn how the business of an airport runs. And so they're able to take that back to the classroom and enhance some of the curriculum that they're delivering in the classroom and give a little bit more hands-on experience.
Yeah.
So it's that holistic opportunity.
So, Ally, when you got involved in the program, is this the area or the direction that you expected it would take, or did it take in a whole different direction than you thought?
It's the flight training part's what I expected to come into, but also it's really fun getting to other things at the airport, during camp we got to go to the maintenance hangars and meet new people and stuff, which I thought was really cool because it's something that's different than normal flight training.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about your course of study when you go to Embry-Riddle, and what you anticipate that will be, what are some of the things that you'll be studying, and how will they apply to your career choice?
So with aeronautical science, I'll get all my ratings that I need to fly eventually for airlines and stuff, and I also get to learn new things through that. And it's the school's based right on Daytona Airport, so I'll get to be right there.
I actually know a young man from Katanning who went there, and right out of college at Embry-Riddle, he was hired as an instructor at another for another entity. But it's a really in-demand field, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which must make you, Patrick, very excited too, because we realize the number of careers that spring from this.
Oh, it's amazing. And like you said, when most people think aviation, they think of pilots and airplanes and that role specifically, but there's so many opportunities. One example, we have students that come to camp that are interested in the marketing and the artistic side. And, they spend a week developing some of our promotional videos or drawing some of the airplanes or just scenes that are around the airport. And it's such an amazing thing to see because, students like Ally get connected with other schools around the region. And they're forming relationships that extend beyond, their respective school districts that are going to carry on through the rest of their professional careers.
Yeah. Now, when we think about the campaign, the capital campaign that you have going on,
Yes.
Let's talk about that, develop that thought a little bit, because people can help keep this program going.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, like I said, we're about 30% of the way to our goal of $30,000 for this year. That capital campaign, like you said, we have low program costs. So all the money that is donated to us really does go directly back to the students enrolled in our program in the form of grants and scholarships.
So you've got a number of different events planned, don't you?
We do. Yeah, we have another busy summer, and you can find all of these events on the Youth in Aviation website, which is simply youthinaviation.org. But up on April 6th, we're going to be kind of kicking off the year with our Girl Scouts Aviation Badge Day. Currently, we have about 50 Girl Scouts coming, and registration is still open for that day. Our Paper Airplane Day, which is coming up on May 26th, we partnered with Levity Brewing. So our students and our families and the community is welcome to come out, throw some paper airplanes. We're having a little competition to see who can make the best paper airplane.
Ally, are you going to design one for that?
Yeah.
We hope so. Yeah, we hope to have a really good turnout. And then our other standard events. We have the aviation camp the last week of June. We have our runway, our 5K on the runway. We bring people from as far as New York, Virginia, Ohio that come in to run, walk. That's always a fun walk, run, and breakfast. And like you said, there's additional seminars that for the students and families to participate in, and you can see that calendar right on our website.
And Youth in Aviation also has an Educators in the Sky?
Yes.
event?
Yeah. So the Educators in the Sky, like I said, that starts with those teachers from the local school districts that are going to be there. But like I said, we're going to expand some of the programming around that this summer as well.
And you're working with Point Park University on that.
Yes, that's my home institution, Point Park University, and the Roland School of Business. Is helping underwrite some of the programming related to the Girl Scouts and the educational components with the Educators in the Sky as well.
Talk about Jimmy Stewart Airport as a venue for you and for what you want to do with Youth in Aviation. It seems to me like it would be the perfect setup.
It really is. I mean, it's a really wonderful community asset. And I think the individuals that are there and within the community, it's, there's a lot of space. It's very flexible in terms of what we're trying to do in terms of bringing in large groups of kids. It's very welcoming and opening. You can go to other airports where, like you said, it's maybe a little bit more formal. But like you said, the small town community feel is something that is really advantageous to bringing in students such as Ally.
Yeah, I would guess that the traffic situation there in terms of planes coming in and coming out is advantageous for you as well.
It is a little lighter in terms of flight training, but at the end of the day, there is still a lot of corporate business traffic that does come.
There is, and it's pretty amazing, and folks I think would be amazed to see just how much activity there is at the Jimmy Stewart Airport on a given day.
And that's what's so amazing for our students like Ally. I mean, like you said, corporate flights and these charters are coming in and out from all over the world. And, our students have the opportunity to not only take a peek at their jets, but a lot of those pilots and crew that are coming in are incredibly open in terms of sharing their knowledge and experience and welcoming them over. So,
yeah. Ally, when you have been participating in the program for how many years now?
Like 2.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, and I bet you have met a few pilots or folks working at the airport that have really been eye openers for you.
Yeah, like one of the ones I thought was cool, like during camp of 2022, is right before the air show, and I remember we met like a glider pilot, which was really cool, like because that was something that like there's not a whole whole lot of glider operations, I guess, at the airports. Like it was cool to see that. Like
yeah, I would guess And that's the one thing. I remember my mother for one of her birthdays late in her life, my dad gave her a glider flight, which was her lifelong dream. as a birthday present. She went up to State College. They have a glider
Okay.
program working up there. And she said it was the most amazing experience of her life. Have you ever been up in a glider?
No, I haven't.
No. You want to?
I would.
Yeah. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun.
Yeah. And those are the sorts of things that you talk about
Right.
with youth in aviation. Now, you said it's for students in grades 4 through 12.
Correct.
That being the case, that's a very wide range. Those elementary school kids
It is.
would have a whole different level of interest and experience than someone who's like Ally, a senior in high school.
You're absolutely right, Todd. And I think that's where we're blessed to have such an amazing team of educators that are able to span that breadth of kind of lenses, right? So, we have a team that, like I said, works with the 4th and 5th graders. We have a wonderful team that works kind of with the 6th through 8th graders, and then another team that works with high school students. And like I said, we do a wonderful job, I feel, of kind of differentiating the curriculum and the experiences based upon their level of interest at that time. So.
Yeah. So people who are interested, again, it's youthinaviation.org. And you can learn about all of the events that Patrick was just talking about. Did we talk about the apiary at the airport thing?
We didn't. So this was a really exciting addition. We actually have our own honeybee hives located on the premises at the airport. And that's just another one of those lenses through the STEM curriculum that is just an addition that, when you start to talk about land management, that's one of the things that kind of enhances that area of our educational programming. And this year, we're going to be able to actually start producing and selling some of the honey from those hives.
How
here
cool is
locally.
that?
Yeah, right at Ziki Cafe.
Well, the amazing thing about that is bees and the way bumblebees fly, that's not physically possible.
And I know, right? Which is really kind of crazy. So, and I'm learning so much from Dave Kaspinis and his team that's been able to help us develop that project.
Yeah, yeah. Terrific stuff, and it's good to meet you, Ally. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And Patrick, good to see you again, too.
Thank you again, Todd.
We look forward to Youth in Aviation. Again, it's youthinaviation.org, and it is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Fox News is next at the top of the hour, and then Josh is back with us from our WCCS newsroom. PA Career Link in our next half hour.